Welcome to a healthy living video blog at workoutmaster.com. This is Ruben.
You know Aram.
Absolutely. Today we're going to talk about 10 tips, healthy tips for safe and healthy air travel. Before we're going to do that, remember tomorrow we're going to do the blood type diet. We're going to talk about benefits and negatives of it. Let's tear this one apart. Mr. Serrano, what do you think?
Well, I do fly quite often, and one of the things that I try to avoid, like the past, when I actually travel through airports, the first thing that I don't want to do is have to go through one of those body scanners. I hate them, I despise them. I think they're actually anti-constitutional. They invade your privacy. They're damn damaging to your health. We're gonna have an episode about them pretty soon.
We should.
Clarifying all the benefits that they supposedly have, and this, get to the root of the matter, because it's actually not a matter of safety. What they're trying to do is more about having more and more control on people and telling them what to do and how to do it, and not allowing people to be a little bit more in control of their lives, and to what degree do they want to expose themselves to a lot of dangers, such as these damn body scanners, which I refuse to use. And the interesting thing that every time you go to an airport and they say, well, sir, that line, and I said, no, I opt out of the option of actually going through this. They make a huge scandal, first of all, like somebody opting out, like you're some sort of a criminal all of a sudden, and and they don't realize that obviously I'm wearing the least amount of clothes possible. So they do a body scan. They literally
Did you show up again when you're
yes
on their way to the airport?
It was hot out that day, and they quickly fill you up in a sense, and they make sure that you're not carrying any nuclear bomb underneath your underwear, which I don't know how there would be any room for that. But they try to embarrass you, and I think that this is a huge.
Save it for next episode.
Second tip.
Second tip. First tip took like a minute.
That stuff fires me up, because I hate when they try to take advantage of people.
All right. Second tip, guys. Second tip, I highly recommend you to carry your water. Now remember, when you're going to bring your water with you, you won't be able to pass the security, so chances are you would want to drink it before. Now, when you pass the security, make sure you go buy a big bottle of water, and make sure you're still hydrated, because you never know by the time you get on an airplane how long until they're going to start serving the water. You definitely don't want to dehydrate it. All the air conditioning and everything around tend to dehydrate people. So make sure you have your bottle of water right after security.
Good. Next tip, in my opinion, in my experience, if you have to take a long flight, let's say 4 hours plus, it's going to be difficult to do. But if the flight is short, anywhere from 1 hour to 3 hours, this is what I do. I do not eat anything while I fly. It's been my experience, and I've correlated this information with other people in my life, that actually while you are flying, your body has a hard time, a very stress-like situation, to adjusting to the situation that you have, where the cabin is being pressurized. So the body in that stress mode does not digest food well. So it's best always to avoid eating while you're flying. Drink plenty of water, yes. Eating, not so much.
Okay, anytime you travel, number 3 tip I highly recommend to help yourself with all the bacteria flying around. A lot of people, people get sick after a lot of air travel. So it's a semi-stressful event. There's a lot of bacteria, sick people. Highly recommend using essential oils. So you can get like a simple thing. You can just a lavender oil, or something like a clove essential oil. Something that has antibacterial qualities to it. You just put just a little bit maybe on your face or somewhere around your body. There's a lot of research done in essential oils. It's very effective. Definitely extremely antibacterial. There's truly no doubts about the essential oils, so I highly recommend you to use some antibacterial essential oils when traveling.
Good. The next thing is to avoid a minimal invasion of your privacy as well, by actually having noise cancelling sound headphones. I love mine, the one that I have. I got them as a gift many years ago. I replace them every other year, because Bose happens to be the company that I use, that I like them a lot. And they avoid the background noise or the turbines going full throttle, which is annoying as all heck. At the same time, it might annoy the conversation that other people might have next to you. And the third, but actually which is the first benefit of that, is that you can listen to high fidelity music, and that can actually keep you in a nice relaxed sedated state.
Absolutely, I love that tip.
You know?
I definitely do use the Bose headphones also when I travel. Now, tip number 5?
Go right ahead.
Okay, tip number 5. When you travel, let's say for 1 hour, hour and a half, probably not a problem. But if you fly overseas, you have to do a traveling more than 3 hours. It is highly recommended to get up and walk a little bit. You do sit too much generally when you fly. Your blood circulation issues and things like that, generally not advisable to sit the whole time that you travel. Now, if you the airplanes, they make them small these days, or they try to put as many passengers as you can. So obviously, there's not a whole lot of place to travel. So let's say you can just go from one restroom to another restroom, and I highly recommend you to open the door to the restroom, go in the restroom, and maybe do a few squats right in the toilet, getting up and down in the toilet. And after that, you'll be good. Go back to your seat and sit down and enjoy the rest of your flight.
You might do those squats involuntarily, and it's only you eat the food that they feed you for sure.
That's true.
Another thing that I find that it makes long haul traveling in an airplane easier is to get one of those collars that support your neck. Oftentimes, I have the benefit that I can fall asleep just about anywhere. So what happens is that after your head has gone side to side, 20 times while you're actually flying, you wake up, or you get out of the airplane and your neck is quite sore. And one of those neck supports actually makes for a much better, condition to fall asleep and stay asleep, for as long as you can in the flight.
Absolutely, it's definitely a great tip. Immune system is a lot of times under attack, or at least has to work a lot harder than anywhere else because of all bacteria. So it's also highly recommended to at least boost your immune system either before or while you're flying. One way you can do it is you can use something like echinacea, or you can buy a tea. Yogi Tea sells a lot of different teas that are boosting your immune system. It has a lot of good herbs in it. Highly recommend maybe get a couple of packets. When you get on the plane, ask the stewardess for hot water, brew it, drink it, or maybe do something just even before you travel. So boost up your immune system.
Do you call it stewardess?
Stewardess.
You won't get any hot water.
No?
No.
What'd you call them? Air attendant?
Flight attendant, yeah.
All right.
Whatever, makes no difference at this point. Something very important to do now in planes, which I've been in both ends of the spectrum. There's times that I have flown and the airplane is hot as heck. I mean, it gets really, really warm in there, or it's really, really, really cold. So my recommendation is that you dress in layers and that you try to stay as comfortable and as natural to use natural state of temperature that you feel comfortable with, and dress layers. So you can take some clothes off, you can put some clothes on, so you can actually relax and stay as chill as you can.
Yeah, a lot of times I forget that they have this thing on top that controls the airflow, and sometimes they make it super freezing in airlines. So one thing you can control there and dress the layers together.
Yeah,
at the same
absolutely.
time. Now, this is the ninth tip of the day, is avoid alcoholic beverages. I mean, I understand that some people travel to the destination for vacation and they're ready to party. Just hold yourself a little bit before you get to the destination, because at destination you'll be able to get as drunk as you want. It's a whole lot harder on your body when you get drunk at, let's say, 10,000 miles up in the air. So
Yeah.
stay away from alcohol. It gets dehydrated, you're gonna have a headache, jet lag, who needs that? Wait until you get there, drink there.
Absolutely. And last but not least, try to get some sleep. It's very important that you relax, and that actually time goes by faster when you're sleeping, unless you're having a hell of a nightmare. And by that, what I suggest oftentimes to people to do is, like Aram mentioned before under a different subject, is to bring some tea with you. Chamomile, valerian, and stuff like that tend to be very sedative to the nervous system, so you can ask the flight attendant for some hot water. That will help you as well, not only to boost your immune system, but to maintain you, relaxed and comfy. And usually, I'm a big lover of different types of tea, and I do enjoy a cup of tea while I'm flying, because it does help, with immune system. It does help, with relaxation, and it makes the flight a little bit more pleasant.
Absolutely. Another thing you can do is you use a valerian root, some kind of like tincture or something. You can just
Absolutely. There's many different. It doesn't have to be in a tea bag. If it's in a powder or it's in a tincture, like Aaron said, good.
Absolutely. All right, this is all our healthy tips for air travel. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, your future looks better already. Until the next time.
Absolutely.